Greetings all, welcome to another edition of our weekly or fortnightly trail update video. Today we're at a rather special place. This is the Bloomendal flow trail, but more about that a little bit later. Apologies, I'm sounding, I spent last night on a booze binge, drinking 8 bottles of wine, but I assure you I didn't do anything of the sort. The culprits in my condition are these two things here. Okay, these are not flowers. Okay, that is what we call a mustard seed. And it's not a canola seed. It's not one of these pretty little dandelions out here. This is a mean SOB. So if you suffer from sinuses like I do, stay away from that thing. Annie's partner. This is the beautiful little purple flower. We call it Patterson's curse. It is a curse. Also, if you come close to this thing, you're going to suffer. So throw it away as well. Okay, today's bittersweet for me. We are basically come to the end of our 2022 winter trail build, which means I get to say goodbye to all the guys that have helped me and worked with me during our winter trail build. It is, as you all know, we've got 182 kilometers of trails, which we've got to both maintain, plus we've got to build new trails and so on and so forth. And I can't do it on my own. I've got to rely on the help of subcontractors that we call in. So I just want to pay a little bit of homage to those guys today, and we can all thank them because I think our trails at the moment are really looking pretty cool. We started with Duran van Heerden, who built the Hooggekraal flow trail for us out at Hooggekraal. You all know how that turned out. So he was the first guy on the show, closely followed by Bennett Nell, who's been of Ace of Spades. He does all the building in Jonkershoek, and he's been helping me out now for 10 years on this trail, and he got on these trails. He got stuck into Mirendal as well as the XCO here at Bloemendal, plus lots of other stuff around here. And Bennett obviously just continues doing a fantastic job. Then we had a newcomer this year, Eugene Haley. I've known Eugene for a while. I took a bit of a gamble on him. I'm openly admitted to him. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to pan out. But Eugene has done a fantastic job for us this winter, specifically on the Bloemendal across the road here. For those of you that haven't ridden it yet, go and ride it. It is sweet. He also did Hillcrest for us. He did Lombard's Terror next door here. And for those of you who have ridden it, you'll know they've all turned out pretty well. Then lastly, but not lastly, fourthly on the show came our old mate, Hilton Turvey from Kaarkloof in Natal. He's a legend in trail building in itself. And he came across specifically to help us with this Bloomendal flow trail, which I'm going to go into a little bit more detail later. But Hilton cut this thing for us, and he's now fiddling around with his machine down here somewhere. So Hilton helped us. Then of course we have our trail crew, the Tygerberg Mountain Bike Club crew. I've got 4 guys, and they're all working around me, behind me, over here, as you can see, doing what they do best, and that's building sweet trails that look like chocolate cake. So to Swandile, Sinitem, Mr. Malema, thank you. They've worked extremely well and extremely hard. And we also had another new addition, young Liam, that joined us to head up the what we call our cutting and cleaning crew that have gone through all our trails, doing nothing but cutting and cleaning the whole winter. Trails are pretty clean, so they've done a fantastic job. So thank you to Erkis, we call him. For those of you not familiar with Erkis, he's named after Erkis Besainout, who was an old road rider in the 80s when road riding was road riding in this country. You had the likes of Erkis Besainout, Chris Willemsen from down the road here, Willie Engelbrecht still on the trails here, Robbie McIntosh, those guys, they were legends. So we thought we'd christen Liam Erkis, because he pretty much resembles Erkis himself. Okay, that's a bit of trivial information. So thanks to those guys, they've done fantastically. Then last but not least, Mike Goodwin, who I won't mention his status, obviously helps us out on a regular basis here, and he really is a benefit to our trails. So yeah, that's it. It's been a collective effort. We all had a beer up at 360 here last night, said farewell, a couple of hugs, snot and trana and whatnot. So we'll see each other next year. But basically from here, our trail crew will take it in and do all the maintenance and whatnot. So it's been a lekker season, lekker session, and thank you to all of those guys from myself. Here's Hilton. We're going to get him on the camera just now. He's very camera shy. Okay, just quickly on to where we are. I said we've basically done everything is complete. This flow trail here was our last session, and Bennett is finishing up at Bloemendal, the new descent down there. But this specific flow trail, we built it last year in a bit of a rush, and we weren't quite happy with exactly what we produced, so we thought we'd redo it this year, or bits that we weren't happy with. We got Hilton involved, and you can just see behind me what's happening. You can't see in front of me, but there's a nice big gap jump. It's got everyone's name written all over it. So we've changed what we wanted to change, and we laid down a couple of wheels last night for the first time. And believe me, it is fantastic. So this is going to be another great addition to our trails, and you guys are going to love this. I just wanted to explain to you a little bit in terms of what goes into building a flow trail. It's quite scientific, and it's quite a bit of work that goes into it. It's not just plowing through with a pick and a spade and getting things open. We've essentially got to design it, which is done by the trail builder myself. We walk through it, we walk up and down, we roll out a map or two, and we design the layout of what we want. Then the trail builder cuts in with his, in this case, his excavator, cutting open the trail, shaping it, doing the basic shape, all the way down to the bottom, and that's quite a job in itself. Thereafter, the trail crew comes in, and we do compacting with a big roller. We compact everything roller, we get it wet. We've got water trucks here, we've got rollers. We've basically got eight shapers on the go here at the moment, as you can see all over the place. We do the final shaping, compacting and whatnot, and then all we do after that is we just wait for the right time, weather-wise, when the ground is hard enough. That's why we have what we call these wheels down sessions. One of the best ways of compacting these trails is via the wheels, your bike wheels. And then we wait until the weather's perfect, the trail's hard enough, and we open it. So yeah, a lot goes into it, and they're not cheap. You know, you're looking roughly, we did the calculation, well, we've done the calculation a couple of times over, we're looking 6,000 to 7,000 Rand a day it costs to build one of these trails. Sometimes you can only go 50 meters a day. So yeah, they're not cheap, a lot of work goes into it, and that's all your hard-earned subs that go into it, so it's well spent. It does not go on me going to a holiday in Mauritius or anything like that, it all goes back into the trails here, and yeah, that's the way we roll. Okay, as I said, that's me for now. The trails are absolutely fantastic. Everything is open. Go forth and have an amazing weekend and an amazing time out on these trails. Thank you.